Today's Reddit story is just insane. So imagine finding your boyfriend's hidden second phone, and what you discover on it obviously makes your stomach drop. So let's read. Alright, so she says, I, 24 female, found out my boyfriend, 26 male, had a second phone. Okay, I think this is obviously a trust issue, because I don't know if I found out my boyfriend had a second phone. There would be way too many question marks in my head. It was hidden under the passenger seat of his car. I only found it because I dropped my earrings and reached down. I would be confused too, and I don't even know how I would react, because that could be anything and you just don't know what he's doing in his free time. At first I thought it was an old phone, but it was on, fully charged, brand new case. I open it, no passcode. Okay, now I think about this. This is like an opposite. Now I would think, is he hiding something from me? But if he was, why is there no passcode? Because obviously if you want to hide something from someone, you would put in passcode in, wouldn't you? It was full on OnlyFans messages, Instagram DMs, and Tinder. That's a big red flag. Like, your boyfriend has Tinder on his phone? That's suspicious, but OnlyFans messages and Instagram DMs? That's a whole nother level. Like, that's cheating. For me. He was talking to so many women, flirting, paying for custom videos, sexting. Wow. He has no fear. No fear. And no passcode? Like, what the fuck? That's weird, so weird. He even had saved nudes in a favorites folder.
Oh no!
I don't think I would even go through it. I don't even want to see what he's liking. And liking over me. The question I have right now is, how long have they been together? Because if it was maybe like 3 months or under a year relationship, I would maybe think it was an old phone and this was before me, but obviously she can check the times and dates, and that would be something. Like, not okay, but it would be something different for me. But if we are together since maybe more than 2, maybe over 5 years, I could not forgive that, because that's way too long for us to be together, that you could not be so open with me and have this trust and connection to tell me you're not into me anymore and you want other girls to look at and be free again. That would hurt me even more than basically doing this stuff. Let's continue. So I confronted him and he said, babe, it's just my fantasy world. It's not real. Man. Oh my gosh. But it felt very real to me. Yeah, obviously, because this is the real world. Like, not a thing in your head. If you want to be free and do that stuff, then don't be with someone. Have that fantasy world either alone or with someone who actually accepts this. Like, I've never understood this type of thing. Like, people really do choose a person to live with who wouldn't accept things that you like, but why are you with them then? Because why wouldn't you choose a person who's okay with the stuff you want to do and how you think, how your morals are? That just does not make sense to me. I left, took my earrings and my dignity. Would you have stayed? As I said before, no, I probably would have not stayed. Because it actually doesn't even matter how long we are together, because at this point, where's the trust? Why do you need stuff like OnlyFans, Tinder, anything other than me? Alright, let's move on to story number 2. So this story is called Emotional Support or Emotional Betrayal. Sounds very, very interesting, and I'm really curious what this is about. So I, 28 female, recently found out my fiancé, 32 male, was still texting his ex. Okay, wait. Okay, the first sentence of the story is obviously already so delusional to me. She says it's her fiancé, but he's texting his ex. There's something not really adding up. Because how can you start a new life with someone you call your significant other while still not being over someone in your past? If I had a fiancé and he was still maybe on good terms, even if they maybe separated on good terms, I could not live with that. Because I would always wonder what he and her had to text about, you know? Like, you maybe are friends now, but you were something more than that in the past. That's tricky. She continues with, not once in a while, not casually, every single day. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, basically you never know, what do they chat about? Why do they chat about every day? Like, no. It started with me noticing how often he'd smile at his phone and how quickly he'd put it down when I walked in. One night, curiosity got the better of me. He was asleep. Okay, I know what's about to be happen. I picked up his phone. There she was, top of his messages list. Dozens of texts, heart emojis, inside jokes. Yeah, that would probably have crushed my heart right away. How can you do that to someone? Like heart emojis? That's not needed. Like, you can talk and chat without that. But you can't if you haven't been over this person and still feel a connection with this person. But why would you go and like propose to someone if you're not over something in your past? I don't have words for that, because I would never do that.
Nice.
He called her bae once. Okay, you say once, but that's one time too much. Like, don't gaslight yourself just because it was once. You don't know if he said that on the phone to her while calling, even more because obviously he maybe thinks that you would check his phone one day, and just because he called her babe once, that does not mean he would not call her babe twice, or maybe more than that. Said she was his rock. I froze. The next morning, I asked him about it. He didn't even deny it. Oh, good job, boy. You didn't even deny it. At least. She's just emotional support. There we have it. He said. She's been in my life longer than you. Really? If someone said that to me, and this someone is my current fiancé, I would pack my things and leave. If you think she's been longer in your life and that's like an excuse for you to chat and be with her like this, you can have her. Like, this isn't an excuse. How can you say that? In front of your girlfriend or your fiancé? How can you say that? That breaks my heart for her. Like, honestly, those words, no one deserves that. Wow. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. 2 weeks later, I got the final blow. Okay, what is happening now? One of his friends let it slip. They had slept together 3 weeks before he proposed to me. So all those sweet words, the romantic dinner, the perfect ring, it was all a cover-up. That really hurt me for her, because I wouldn't wish that to my biggest enemy. All this joy, all this happiness you felt right in that moment when you thought the person you've loved since probably a couple years. Ouch. I returned the ring, blocked his number, and gave my heart a break. It truly deserved. Yeah, it truly deserved. And I would have probably not done something else, because how do you trust someone after that again? I mean, I don't know her past life. There are 28, right? Yeah, 28 and 32, so she may have had a significant other before, and we don't know her past life with that, so maybe she was betrayed once before. And now with that, I would be so heartbroken. And honestly, I would have lost hope in men to that point. Would you have forgiven him? Yeah, obviously my answer is no. So let's move on to story number 3. The title is He Catfished My Best Friend as Himself. Okay, I'm very excited about this because I really cannot think anything right off this title. I really have to go in and read what it's about. My ex, she's 23 and female, thought he was being smart. He created a fake Instagram account, new name, no photos of him. He used it to DM my best friend. She told me later it started off casual. At first, he complimented her selfies. Okay, I think that's not something very big of a deal, because if my boyfriend was good with my best friend, I would actually like that. And if they have a good connection, I think that's something nice. But let's see how it goes on. Then he got flirty. Okay, yeah, that is a point where he should stop. Real flirty. He said things like, "You're so hot and smart." Not like the other girls. The other girls? Am I part of other girls? Like, in the perspective of his real girlfriend? He even joked that he wished she was single. And then came the big line. Please don't tell anyone about this. But she did. Good thing for you, it actually looks like she's a true friend. She came straight to me, showed me her screenshots. I stared at them in disbelief. The writing style, the inside jokes, the typos, it was him. When I confronted him, he tried to deny it. Okay, now we had a boy that didn't deny it, and we have now one that is denying it. Wow. How can you deny it if, it's right in front of you? How can you still lie about it? Doesn't go into my head. When I confronted him, he tried to deny it, but I could see the panic in his eyes. He eventually admitted it. Applause. I just wanted to see if she liked me too, he said. Too? That's so weird. I don't understand those double lives of men. Are you not feeling complete with your girlfriend or your wife? What is missing inside of you? What feeling? Do you need more? Like, are you not happy? Then stop it, then end it. But why go into another romance? Or try to? Even if you're still with someone. So this whole time, I was dating a guy who was testing my best friend like it was some twisted game. He's joking about it, like as an excuse, that he was only doing it for seeing if she was a true friend or if she would actually do something with him. I dumped him the same day, blocked him on everything, and took my best friend out for wine and pizza. Wow. That is actually a very good ending, because that shows that there is still real friendship in this world, and men, yeah, will just never change. That is a real good story ending. Would you have believed him, or would you have even forgive him that and think she was the bad one in the story, like your best friend? He actually wanted to destroy this friendship. That's crazy. These stories were actually heartbreaking because his fantasy world, his test, his rock. These guys say anything just to have an excuse for their behavior. That's crazy. Let me know in the comments if you would have forgiven them or not.